have something far more important than Hassan that we need to address. Do you know what that is, chat? What we need to address is the UL comp better than the UL Pro, and Pew is going to let us know about it. Far more important. This is a far more important and vital question that needs to be asked. And Pew's going to answer it for us, chat. Yeah. Are we ready? Yes, dear. Yes. I'm activating your tism. He's activating other things in me. Chat. Let's finish this. Let's finish off this stream tonight with an... Shall we?
This is the Bull Armory UL Comp. This has been my carry gun for about 2 years now. It's fast, it's reliable. This thing has never let me down. Bull Armory.
You're just hoping to trigger my response, aren't you?
Oh, God! Oh, God! Lore!
Armory decided to discontinue this, which sucks because I would probably buy another 10 of them. I honestly like this thing that much. So when I found out that Bull was discontinuing this and coming out with a Pro model, I gotta say I was a little disappointed and naturally just wanted to hate this thing. But after about 2 mags through this thing, I might just have a new carry gun. So today on PewView.
Jesus! If we're not even a minute in, I'm in trouble.
We're gonna put these things head to head and see which one is gonna end up being my new carry gun. All right, so first things first. Of course, we gotta start with some drills. So for this test, we're gonna put these head to head. I'm gonna run the same drills. Both of these guns are gonna have the same light. I'm gonna have to keep switching this light back and forth because the holster is made for it. Both of these guns are running the same HoloSun EPS carry red dot. Same ammunition. We're of course gonna use the regular training ammo, and then we're gonna switch over to my carry ammo, both of them. We're gonna start with the UL Comp just because it's already got the light on it. We're gonna start with a build drill on the timer with a sweatshirt. I live in Iowa, so typically most of the time I have a hoodie on. Freedom is disappearing fast. The freedom to protect yourself or even to control your own money. The system's grip is tightening fast, and their favorite weapon, debt. Crippling, soul-crushing debt. What he said. If you're buried in credit card debt, loans, or medical bills, you're not in control anymore. The banks are. But smart people aren't waiting around anymore. They're taking control with PDS Debt, a trusted debt solution that has helped tens of thousands of people take back their future. PDS Debt goes...
Yes, Alistair. In fact, Nick is, I don't know how far that electrician Nick lives from Pew Nick, but yeah, they both live in Iowa. And Nick has actually been on Pew's, like, they actually have a collab channel on Pepperbox called Fat Pews. So yeah, they collab fairly often. Most of their collabs are on Pepperbox. But they do work together a lot. And thank you, Taurus, for 5 gifted. Thank you so much.
Beyond the numbers and looks at your personal financial situation to help get a plan best fit for you. There's no minimum credit score required. They're here to help you save money, pay off your debts faster, and put money back in your pocket where it belongs. PDS Debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, has hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google, and they hold a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. Why? Probably because they've helped tens of thousands of people get out of their debt. Have you guys seen the amount of guns I have? Debt's
Wait, Nick moved recently? Really? I didn't know that. Okay, Revan, does he talk about that in the newest Unsub podcast? Because if he does, don't say anything. Oh, it was a few months ago. I knew he had set up his office fresh. I didn't realize that he moved to a whole new house. Yeah, I thought he just moved around in his house. I didn't think they'd actually moved houses. I thought he just changed his room around. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wow. No idea.
Ducks, you were 30 seconds away from being debt-free. So if you want to give it a try, go to pdsdebt.com/PewView to get started today. That is pdsdebt.com/PewView.
That's what I thought he did, Revan. He's just changed things around.
What do you got to lose? Anyways.
That's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, we're going to go with a C-zone steel plate just because it's a little bit closer to the A-zone. On the timer with a sweatshirt. That was 7. It was a 178. 6 was at a 165. I'll switch over to the Pro and do the same thing. Fuck is this grip? Gotta go somewhere with that one too, right? 191. 178. So in our initial test of doing the build drill from concealment, I gotta say, I am so used to the UL comp, I have ran probably close to 10,000 rounds through this thing. So it felt a little more natural to get it out of concealment on target a little bit quicker than I could with this one. This trigger being a little more broken, it is definitely a little bit quicker. But obviously they're the same thing, they're both breaking right around 3 to 3.5 pounds. But I think the times were pretty similar. Maybe this one's a little bit quicker to get out of the holster because it is a little bit shorter. The grip texture makes it so I don't have to re-grip as often. It's easier to hold on target with this thing than it is with this. All right, test number 2. There is now 2 guys trying to steal my purse. Double tap each one of these big ones right here on the timer from
his
concealment.
Purse, huh? I want someone to try to steal my purse when I'm with Pew.
$157.
Yeah. Really? Chad, it's not my birthday. You're locking me in with Pew while he's shooting? It's not my birthday. Why such a present? She.
149.
Oh.
135. 142. So what I'm noticing is that I, of course, am very used to that UL comp, but the grip on the other one is so much better that when I'm grabbing it, I don't feel myself having to readjust as I'm doing trans.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Don't worry. Pew will defend us from the purse snatchers.
Positions. The new grip is 110% better than the smooth old one, but I've shot this so many times, it feels natural to point it. So I feel like the times are going to be a little bit faster just because I've ran these drills with this gun so many damn times. All right, one shot on the target from concealment. 7, 8.
Again, that second one. Oh God, that second one was fast. Oh God, that second one was fast. I want to see it again.
7, 8. 8, 0.
Jesus. Wow.
7, 4. Now we got the light switched over to the Bull Armory Pro. Same thing. 0.80. 0.84. 8 forward. All right, same drills with the T-shirt. Start with the bill drill. Got the Pro on me. I was like, did I get 5? Just squeeze another one off. 166.
Oh, God.
172. All right, 1 round from concealment.
Shadows, in that respect, yes. We're not talking about in that respect right now. Let me put it this way. If he's that fast pulling the trigger, imagine how talented his fingers are when not pulling a trigger. Oh, I know, but Atsunashi, a girl can dream. Okay? Don't take away my dreams. I know he's married, I know, and his wife is gorgeous. Don't take away my dreams. Please.
8-1. 8-9.
Oh, God.
9-2. Pretty similar. Two bad guys.
Jesus.
1-4-5. 1-4-7. All right, Bill.
Cosmic. Thank you. Thank you for the biddies. Let me have my fantasies. Please, let me have my fantasies.
Drill switching over to the UL comp. One 7-2.
Fucking hell! Oh, fuck! Oh, fucked up! That was faster than the first battle. Fuck! Again! Look at speed comparisons.
1-7-2.
Hello,
Watch.
how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
1-6-4.
Here too much raining.
7-7.
God!
1-6-1.
Holy shit!
1-4-5. So again, I'm running into a lot of pros and cons here. Then we backed up to 100 yards. All right, we're at 100 yards. Going to start with the Pro. See how many of the 15 can land. And I
It's 3? Chat, he missed. No, Zed, he missed 3. I don't know how to feel about this. I thought he missed 3. Hang on. I thought I heard 3 misses.
Oh, see how many of the 15 can land.
2, 1. Two. 3.
And I missed quite a few with the UL comp.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, this
5.
does have 10,000 rounds through it. I don't.
So he missed 3 on the Pro and 5 on the comp. So the Pro was more accurate for him at range. Well, no, Jack, it was he did it with 2 different guns. Like, yes, it's a total of 8, but it was 3 with the Pro, with UL Pro, and 5 with UL Comp.
Clean my guns. The barrel is probably foul as shit if we're being honest. But even still, with a 3.25-inch barrel and still getting 80% hits at 100 yards is pretty incredible for a carry gun. So regardless, pretty damn happy with the both of them.
And we must not forget, like I said, this is his carry gun. This is his everyday carry gun. The vast majority of gunfights that a person might get into is going to be within a distance of between 5 to 7 feet. That is the typical distance for your average gunfight. And this is why I think Pew trains for quick draw on target at close range within those 10 yards.
But again, this is taking it. All right, super good accuracy test. I'm just gonna do a 5-shot group at about 10 yards just to see the difference between a comp and a port. Because in my experience, ports have been less accurate. All right, 5 shots. UL comp up first.
Don't. Holy fuck.
Now this is me taking my time. I'm gonna double tap it a few times just so we can see the return to 0, and then we'll switch over to the Pro.
Oh.
Pretty inconsistent on that second shot, but I had one that was pretty close. And then this is a follow-up, and this was a follow-up. So still, long, that's perfectly acceptable for a carry gun, I'd say. All right, now I'm gonna poke some holes in it. I gotta tell you, wouldn't want to be that guy. Now switch over to the Pro and see what that can do. So it's opening up. I want to keep sending him in the same spot.
Fucking hell! Okay, other than that second shot that went high, I'm a fucking god! Look at this grouping! Holy shit! Look at that!
Maybe that's just me on a newer trigger. Quite a bit more than 5 shots, but again, carry gun.
Oh, wait a minute! Wait a second! Hang back! Hold the fuck up! Hold the fuck up! Wait!
Oh yeah, wouldn't want to be
Hang
that
on.
guy. Now switch over to the Pro and see what that can do.
He didn't go high. I mistook this as a bullet hole. He kept every single round right here. Every single round.
So it's opening up. I want to keep sending him in the same spot.
God!
Maybe that's just me on a newer trigger. Quite a bit more than 5 shots, but again, carry gun, that'll do. Let's try some double taps. What do you think, better or worse?
I think it's gonna be better.
Do you?
Yeah.
They were both low. That was weird. I mean, it's consistent, and that's pretty good. So first went in this hole, and second went low. So it's overdriving. Let's try a couple more.
Oh.
I absolutely fucking threw this one. That one's on me. This is where the first shot, and then my follow-up, and then I loosened my grip a little bit, and the follow-up was going high. Then when I had a tight grip and mag dumped, they were all in this hole. I think this is probably better than the UL comp for double taps and mag dumping, correct?
Holy
Let's say the Pro
shit.
go. So for the accuracy test, I think this is taking it. I think we've seen a little bit better groups, especially when it comes to the double taps and the mag dumps. I think this.
Chat, you know that scene from Lethal Weapon where Riggs puts the target out and basically He doesn't mag dump, but he does empty his magazine and turns the silhouette into a smile. Yeah, Pew, I think, could actually do that. I think Pew literally could do the Regs main.
Pew knows how to beat the devil out of it.
No, he knows how to shoot the devil out of Hit Sanix. Well, okay. Conga, it's a pretty thought, but Pew has flat out said, while he is a unbelievably good shot, he can't run. When he's done drills with it was that I believe that competitive shooter who was physically disabled, like he didn't have, like he was he in his arms. For the life of me, I cannot recall what his condition was, but yeah, the guy had no hands. It was like basically only had arms out to. Yeah, he basically had no hands. Pew said like he can't run. He has like incredibly weak ankles. No, Xanax. I don't think. Was it just fingers or was it hands? I thought he was actually missing hands. It's been a while since we saw it. I can't remember, but he basically had a physical disability that didn't allow him to like hold the rifle because rifle properly. He had to have add-ons like pole mags or something for him to work the rifle. But during that competition that they had between the two of them, he flat out said he has incredibly weak ankles. Oh yeah, well, Itadashi, the disabled guy beat Pew in like long gun. He flat out beat him in the long gun shooting. But from a physical standpoint, Pew is not exactly a runner. He's flat out said he's ungodly shot, but he's not a runner.
Was staying a little bit more consistent than the compensated was, which again, I thought this was going to take that. But again, when it comes to speed, this is faster for me. It feels more natural to point it out and just mag dump. I don't have to stare at that red dot the entire time. I feel like I got a more natural point of aim just because it's a longer slide and I can feel it a little bit better, if that makes any sense. So when I was doing quicker transitions,
Okay, with this, I have a suspicion that Pew is saying that he's faster with his comp versus the pro. But believe us not forget, he's put like 10,000 rounds through this guy. And it is a standard carry gun. He has familiarized himself with this firearm. He knows how it works. He's trained with it extensively. Of course he's going to be faster with it. I'd say if he put the same amount of time and rounds through the pro, I think he would say that. I think there's a good possibility he might say the same thing about the pro. If he basically swapped it out, so he was carrying, so the pro became a standard carry, and he put a shit ton of rounds through it, like he did with this comp, the speed would get there too, honestly.
The entire time. I feel like I got a more natural point of aim just because it's a longer slide and I can feel it a little bit better, if that makes any sense. So when I was doing quicker transitions, I feel like this tracks better. All right, now we got 10 rounds of Federal HST in here just so I can feel the recoil impulse of carry ammunition. And then we're gonna switch over to Simex, both the UL comp and the pro. All right, now we got the Sim-X.
Oh!
That stuff is fucking crazy, dude. It's like super snappy and loud and violent, but the felt recoil is next to nothing. Then things are going over 2,000 feet per second. All right, 10 rounds, Federal HST. Definitely less controllable with this one. Now
Yeah. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Okay, hang on. I want to see this again. Yes. Okay, hang on. Okay. Watch the muzzle. Watch the muzzle on his comp. Well, watch it. Watch the muzzle on his comp when he runs these two
Of
mags.
carry ammunition, and then we're gonna switch over to Simex, both the UL comp and the Pro.
So specifically, look at the muzzle.
All right, now we got the Simex. That stuff is fucking crazy, dude. It's like super snappy and loud and violent, but the felt recoil is next to nothing. Then things are going over 2,000 feet per
Watch the
second.
muzzle
All right, 10
on the
rounds,
Pro.
Federal HST.
Watch the muzzle.
Definitely.
You could see the muzzle flip on the Pro, on that run of the when he dumped that mag. You could see the muzzle raise on that more than you could see the muzzle flip on the comp.
Definitely less controllable with this one. Now we're switching over to Simex. So with the hotter ammunition, it seems that comps typically like the hotter stuff a little bit better. Helps drive it more. Although this was a little bit snappier, the return to zero was still 110% fucking awesome. So I guess that's kind of user preference. For the carry ammo, I would say I prefer this a little bit. Now it is more loud and you get a little bit more flash. For the people that matters to, I'm not one of them. It doesn't really bother me, but got to go with this for carry ammo. So as I said on the range with the defensive ammo, I think this takes it. The compensated was a little softer to shoot than this. But then again, the return to zero, it didn't make that much of a difference. I could have my follow-up shot just as fast with both guns. So at the end of the day, I think it's going to be user preference. People that have this gun already, you don't need to go change that for this. I think this is more than capable. I think if you already have this, you're going to be extremely satisfied. And if you try to buy this, I don't see you changing from this to this. Unless you wanted a smaller carry option, this is definitely a smaller package. It's easier to conceal. Now, if you don't have either of these, I would definitely suggest trying one of these. They're decently priced, and I don't think there's a better carry gun on the market than this currently. Now, I do try to change up my carry guns every now and then. I carry a SIG 365. I've been enjoying that little Bodyguard 380, if we're being honest. That thing's fucking awesome. But if I'm going somewhere with a higher risk and I want a rig with an extra magazine and a faster, more capable gun, one of these is gonna be it. But this wasn't supposed to be like an in-depth review.
I wonder, what if you could put a comp on the Pro? How much of a difference would it make if you put a comp on the Pro? Because if you look at the two of them, if you look at the two of them, what if you put a comp on this? There's got to be a way that you can add that maybe, I don't know, maybe aftermarket or something, or maybe they'll make a variant where they'll actually throw a comp onto this. Yeah, it probably would, Revan, because the difference, like he said at the beginning, they don't make this firearm anymore. This firearm is no longer being manufactured and it's been replaced by this one. So I have to wonder, are they going to make a compensated model of the UL Pro and just call it UL Pro Comp? Because that could make a huge difference.
That little Bodyguard 380, if we're being honest, that thing's fucking awesome. But if I'm going somewhere with a higher risk and I want a rig with an extra magazine and a faster, more capable gun, one of these is gonna be it. But this wasn't supposed to be like an in-depth review.
Yeah, there are a couple of, you could see it here where he held it down. You've got a couple of ports right here. So yes, there are a couple of ports right there. It's not gonna be as effective as the comp though.
An in-depth review. I genuinely may consider this as a new ADC, and I know people on YouTube love to see what everybody else is carrying it, and honestly, I'm the same way. I still got all the same stuff in my pockets. I'm just possibly changing my gun. I am gonna be carrying this for a while. I'm gonna see how it feels. I think it's gonna be a little more comfortable than this because it is a little bit shorter. I think shootability-wise, it is just as capable, if not better in some circumstances than this. This thing is very fast. It is reliable. It's accurate. I love everything about these ultralights. They do have an unported version of the Sim same exact thing. If you guys don't prefer ports on your guns, go check that out. But I did find out something pretty damn cool. Come here once. So typically with ports, it gets very dirty. Your whole barrel will turn black and it'll start carbon buildup, and then eventually it'll cause malfunctions. Bolt Armory thought of something pretty damn cool. So Bolt Armory came up with their own little thing right here. It's essentially got a channel where all that carbon buildup can go and everything else is absolutely clean. Where it locks up at the end of the barrel, underneath of the barrel, it's just its own little cutout and only this spot is getting dirty. I just think that's a really cool feature. If your carry gun is gonna get dirty, you don't have to worry about it malfunctioning with that little feature. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if it's cosmetic, I don't know, but it seems to be working exactly like I explained, which time will tell. When I have 10,000 rounds through this one without cleaning it, we're gonna see how good it runs. Because like I said, all I've ever done is add lube to this. I have still never cleaned this just because I want to see the point of malfunction, which is a pretty bold move to do on a carry gun, if we're being honest. That's not very smart. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm a YouTuber. I gotta push the guns to the limit so I can let you guys know what the fail point is. So, I'm not gonna be any nicer to this gun. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna run it and then find where it fails. Yeah, when this little groove is absolutely packed full of shit, the ports are no longer porting. So, conclusion, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I be carrying this or should I stick with a UL comp? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh, fuck! Oh, why would he do that to me? Oh, God! Again. Again. I won again.
For watching. We'll see you next time.
God. Holy fuck! Was rolled up and he was going plat, plat, tat, plat, plat. Oh, God, that was wonderful. Oh, that was a very wonderful ending. And tornado, maybe not right away. I may have to take care of something first before the eat beat.